beg, please subscribe. I beg, subscribe.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. It's been years. I was laughing looking at my last video. It was literally three or 4 years ago, guys. I'm so sorry, but like, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to like 1,000 subscribers so that I can start actually making some money on this app. Because what's the point of being here for the last 8 years and having nothing to show for it? Anyway, guys, today's topic is about Malloti Rose. Is she an icon or is she a national nuisance, a problem, something we should address? I don't know. But I'm just going to put my 2 cents on it, and I'm going to be doing some makeup. We're going to try this stuff out. Someone actually was like, I miss like the little chit chat sessions we used to have. I miss them too. It's just that like life was lifing. Life was legit lifing. I will not lie to you, life was lifing hard. But yeah, we will have a life update video later on whenever I get the strength to update you on my life. But yeah, let's get into it. So, who is Malloti Rose? I'm not gonna claim to know her personally because I do not know her personally. I started to know her when I started seeing videos of her fighting with some guy called Windsor. I apologize. I don't know who Windsor is. I am not familiar with that side of Zimbabwe. But like, I was intrigued to see this really pretty girl talking ish on the internet. Or guns are blazing, introducing me to Shona swear words I am not accustomed to. It was interesting to see someone who looks like her and then the things that were coming out of her mouth. Very interesting. So yeah, who is Malloti? Malloti was born Millicent Chimonyo. I'm just getting this off the internet. I don't know where she was born. I don't even know how old she is, but I know she's like younger than me by like 1 or 2 years. But anyway, and people know her as Malongende because right now her current life partner is Hulungende, who is now very popular with music, like what's it called? Look, drawing blanks. Hi, Pajinujevanu. Yeah, that song. Which other song? Mfadza Mazimai. Yeah. No, I only ever listen to this type of music on TikTok, and not saying it's bad. We're gonna have a conversation about the music and how proud I am of Zimbabweans and their music. I'm really getting into it. She's known for that, but who is Malloti Rose? So Malloti Rose is the owner of Malloti Skincare, Beauty and Body Works. Yeah, she is a trained beauty therapist. She's recorded her own songs. She's recorded in collaboration with Hulungende. And yeah, the songs are fire. So she has successfully cemented herself in pop culture, in music in Zimbabwe. And well done, girlie. Now let's go into the controversial parts of Malloti Rose. Okay, so Malloti Rose has gone under a lot of fire for her the way she speaks. She is very unashamed and she speaks a lot of vulgar language. And yeah, language that will get me demonetized before I ever get monetized. But like, it's entertaining because when you look at her, like, even when she comes on her lives and she is shouting at someone who she claims or in truth, deserves to be shouted at. For example, her beef with DJ Eno. Which did lead into violence, a lot of violence that was recorded on the internet and posted for internet. And I feel like it becomes controversial because it's blurring the lines between entertainment and actual life, because someone actually lost their life. Yeah. So forgive someone like Colorful, who used to insult her, very recently was insulting her, but will never forgive DJ Eno because someone lost her friend lost her life after that fight. One thing that caught my eye was she would go on live all the time and talk about the situation, and what made her popular, what made that interaction very popular was she would start with cool, yeah, you can finish it off in your own house, because cool that quite every day at 6 a.m. And that would entertain the crap out of me. I will not lie to you. I would sit there for hours just, and like, it's not even my type of content, but like, it was like a train crash. You know, when you look at an accident, this just like about to happen, you can't turn your eyes away, and it's just entertaining. Another she's been in quite a bit of controversies and fights. Most popular, her fight with Tatilicious. If you do not know, if you do not know who Tatilicious is, and you don't know who Malongende is, you guys, if you don't know who Tatilicious is and you don't know who Malloti is, you've got the most disciplined life of. I envy you, babes. I envy you, because that means you don't even go on the internet. But yeah, Tatilicious is a very controversial social media figure.
sisibabatanya abaziloyawo Queen Tatilicious abaziloyawo omwe nyika chino komadi mukurasika papi mwanzo munhu akatadza kuziva kuti mukadzi kana kuti murume
and she is known for insulting people to hell and back, and they went on back and forth with Malloti, because she was like, you can do better than Hulungende. Chigunduru. Chigunduru means he's a street kid. And Malloti was like, yeah, no, leave me alone. And then she went on and on and on, insulted Tatilicious' mother, like she went into her. And then Tatilicious said, okay, and if the internet, she broke the internet. Malloti was like, yeah, no, majaira kubula vanhu ikwete inini. And yeah, she handled that, I guess. And like, it became so wild. The whole situation became so wild because now there's a lot of things started coming out. Like, for example, that Malloti is wanted in SA for armed robbery. And like, there were some things issued by SAPS or something like that. Yeah, I'm not good with legal stuff either. And I didn't do much research. So I'm not going to act like I know shit. But yeah, she is wanted in SA. And Malloti was like, yeah, no, you're not going to shame me. You're going to shameless, because I am shameless. These are the details. And she gave us all the details. Like, yeah, this is my past. This is my present. Mafuta skin. I do skincare. And like, that controversial thing, I feel like every day, like you wake up and there's a new one. But straight after that, I think there was the Passion Java thing. And then
inini pandakaona kuti Passion Java notenga maviews last week but one, right? A friend of mine
Passion Java was on some, yeah, I'm suing. And you know what? I think that was petty. I'm sorry, that was very petty of Passion Java to sue. But you know what? You're allowed to do whatever you want with your money, I guess. But like she was saying, like, okay, so yeah, my phone overheated and was like, "Watara nani kudaita content because tuskuda," and then my microphone died 5 minutes into the last video. So let's get back into it. We're talking about the controversials of Malloti, and we're talking about the different people she was like, beefing with. And I think we spoke about Passion Java, and who was next? Ritz. We all know who Ritz is. Ritz came onto the internet crying about some baby daddy who didn't take up his responsibilities called Dave. Which, if we're gonna slut shame women, we should slut shame men, because the long list of women Dave has been with sounds like a little bit of a cloud chaser, because he's been with a lot of the socialites, the female socialites, and we're not going to give him any mind anyway. So they went on a back and forth.
For fun. It's not
iwewe nemunina wako maka you saved your time muchifamba muchiba mudzimba dzevana
asi munin'ina wangu mukoma wangu kana muchida kudzidziswa kuba aiwa handokwanisa kudzidzisa.
Story nani to beg than to kuba. Story nani
achiti he Malloti akambodanana na akamboita na Dave and
back and forth, and Ritz released a diss track of some sort. So now, the part that really irks a lot of people is that Malloti anafirit. She speaks her mind. She tells you what's going on, and hachkemun, essentially. And a lot of people have called her a bully, have called her a bad influence on their kids. And first of all, if your kid watches Malloti, I think that's on you. But anyway, there's equity. The content that you put on the internet is really bad for our society, which I kind of understand where they're coming from. Because if you search Malloti and then you search Malloti Light, you will come across a couple of young women, very impressionable young women. I'm talking women in their 18, 17, 18, 19s, living their life like how they expect Malloti is living their lives, to a point where I know a young lady who was actually pregnant at the same time that Malloti was pregnant, and that kind of like made me realize, oh yeah, this is a reality. People are emulating socialites because that's why they're called influencers. If I tell you to go use Dua by Rose palette, which is fantastic actually, fantastic, love the big mirror. But if I tell you to do that, and you see me doing it and it looks nice, you see how good the payoff is, you're gonna start doing it because I'm doing it and it looks like a good idea, right? And they're saying, Kuti, iwewe, you come onto the internet talking about drugs, and our young, we are on a no drug thing with our Hansi thing. It's actually really seriously. People should stop doing drugs. Drugs are destroying young women and teens and young boys and even grown men. A lot is like, actually, no, I'm just a victim. I'm also a victim of these drugs. And murukuda kundi sungisa muda ndisungisa muchisiya vanhu vari kutotengesa madrugs acho, because I'm just using them. But chamusiri kuziva is that there are actually people who you guys know who are actually the ones selling these drugs to us. Those are the people you should sunga, which, yes, sunga evani vavo. I don't understand why truku sunga my victims. That is literally why we have rehabs. Because we need people who are on drugs actually need help to get off of drugs. And if you've never seen a person on drugs, you have the luxury of saying, ah, vanongosiyazve, ngavangosiye. Because you've never seen someone solely dependent on drugs for you to actually realize kuti it's not something they can just drop today. Okay, so where was I? So that's where the whole Malloti Rose is a bad influence is coming from. Her actions, the way she carries herself so unapologetically. And here's my 2 cents. First of all, your kids shouldn't be watching Malloti in the first place. I have sisters. We monitor their internet access. We monitor how they go on TikTok, what they're actually watching, and we've gone to a point where even like ana sekuru bitterness, yeah, they can watch, but like to a certain point, because some of the themes are a little bit advanced. The 17-year-old, yeah, she can watch some of the content, but I've never heard her talk about Malloti, which is a good thing. It means we are winning, because it's mature content. We're not saying it's not entertaining. It's thoroughly entertaining. I watch Malloti almost every day. It's thoroughly entertaining, but I've got the right mind to know that we don't do drugs here. We don't do bronco. And the reason why I, as a grown woman, watch Malloti is because not only is she entertaining, but I love her business ethics. Every time I watch her, every time I see a video that Malloti has put up, she is talking about, yes, the person she is currently fighting, but haapotse pachino one, she's going to plug mafuta ake, she's going to plug glow up, she's going to plug. So we're going to go into her business ventures. So as I mentioned in the beginning, Malloti owns a skincare brand called Malloti Beauty, and she does skincare. I don't think mafuta. I don't know kuti ndeyekubleachisa zveshuwa here, but she has a peeling serum that people say is very good. Have never tried it, but people say it's a really good serum, and she has good skin. When she first started, I remember when I first started seeing her stuff, she would post her skin from when she was in jail, which she has been in jail before, from when she was in jail, and then her skin, how she recovered her skin. And that was really good advertising. If there's one thing about Malloti, she advertises and she's good at it. She is absolutely good at it. And if there's one thing you need to take away from her is how she advertises her brand. She knows that she's controversial. She knows what's going to sell. She knows what's going to make the views. People love to hate. Zimbabweans, y'all are haters. Y'all are haters. You love to hate. You love the drama. You love. And I'm not saying y'all zichete ndoto zvidao. Ndinenge ndiripo. Just watching. But she knows what's going to get her the views. So what's she gonna do? She's going to tell you ku Malloti kwaningirini na 6 every day. And whether you're going to buy her peeling serum or not, you heard the message. You know where it's bought. You know where her shop is because she says it before and after the live. And that is where Mampo came in. And Mampo is a visionary on marketing. As much as some of the things that she promotes, like the whole Owens Beauty scandal, and she was on Owens Beauty side. I don't even put it past her because they probably know each other in real life, or maybe not, but like they're brand owners, so I'm sure she gets it. She knows how to market things. She knows how to get the Zimbabweans attention. So what did she do? She made Malloti her brand ambassador. Now Malloti is coming up in here, wig on fleek, makeup on fleek, talking about Glob Beauty. And Glob Beauty, honestly, is opening branches everywhere. They're doing tours, or they did tours. So you can see good to a point where they've started even lessons. Vakutoita lessons. Which I looked at it and I was like, these guys are geniuses. These guys are literal geniuses because you can sell someone a product and you can make money. But when you start to sell someone a service, when you start to sell an opportunity to make money, that's where the real money is. And that's where they went with it. They went with it, Ikoko, and that was genius. Because now you're going to be like, I'm not only going to get the wig. I'm going to learn how to install the wig. I'm going to learn how to do makeup. I'm going to learn how to kubika mafuta. I'm going to learn. And whether you're going to be good in business, that's on you. But like you've learned you've gone for a course. They've taken your bag and you're out. And the easiest way to make money in this world is selling knowledge. Because everyone wants to make money. So now here we've got a controversial queen who talks smack on the internet, teaming up with a businesswoman. You can't be mad at it. You cannot be mad at it. I don't care who you are. You can't be mad at it. Because when vatofunga begi, vatofunga mari, and I'm all about women empowerment. And watching that growth of like that partnership, that growth really does something for me. So another thing that we can even talk about in terms of that part is now that she has gone into music, and she's shown something that is really something that is debated in Zim. You don't need talent is not the first thing you need when you want to sing in Zim. It's not talent. It's the culture. And you know what? She said Malloti is a what? Ulungende, it's a movement. Malungende, it's a movement. She literally made everything a movement from the pregnancy of her child. Like, you cannot tell me that she is not an influence on pop culture. She is a pop culture icon. Numba harisidhiri and numba haimise zvinhu handiti. And like it's something that I feel like it's a conversation that should have been had a long time ago. A lot of women, we go through pregnancy. In any my pregnancies, both of them sucked. Did I work through both of them? No. I worked through one. I went to work throughout the whole pregnancy, and it didn't suck as much as the second one. The second one sucked. I couldn't work much, but It didn't mean my brain was, was downcast, was not working. I was putting on things, and you know what? Straight after my pregnancy, I went in and I did a residency, I did workshops. Um, I got the bag. I got my bag, and that's a conversation like we need to have with women. Like, numba ifana kumisa madhira ako ese. Haufanira kuti just because one nhumbu zvinhu zvatodhakwa, type of thing. And that was something that I would like to thank her for cementing. We all have the videos where she was on stage dancing, numbiruko, munaruku jump, speaker, etc. And as much as we might not like her approach to things and how she speaks, it's not as eloquently as we would like her to speak. There comes the argument here, kuti zvine nani ibvai pazvinhu zvevanhu. And it's like, I like how she literally things that I like how she would literally take something that should be embarrassing, something that society has told us, kuti nyara nazvo izvozvo zvafanira kunyara, like unofanira kunyara zvinhu izvozvo. And she has taken it and been like, nah. When people are trying to be like, your husband hulungenisa anombororweni, anombororwa ndakamitiswa. I've never had a woman straight up just like ndakamitiswa, tiri kuchaya mapoto. She took it and she owned it. You cannot shame the shameless. And if there's one thing that I would take a lesson from, is how unapologetically herself she is. She's basically shown us, kuti, no one should make you feel shame unless it's you. You're the only one who's allowed to make yourself feel shame about something. And I feel like it's something that as Zimbabweans, we like to shame each other about things that are actually quite normal. We like to shame each other about things that a lot of people go through in silence, and we silence those people. We don't allow them to express. For example, being a single mom is something that a lot of women are shamed, including me. I've been shamed plenty of times, even here on the internet. And it's like, I didn't choose this. Please, if I had my way, I would be with my ex-husband right now. But takatadza kuwirirana, and that's okay. And ibvai pazvinhu zvevanhu. And like, pane vakatotadza kutogara nevarume vavo because varume vacho vakatiza, because varume mapenzi sometimes. And pane vakadzi who destroy their marriages. It happens all the time. There are many reasons why someone is not with their partner, and it's literally ibaipa shinjeban. And like, I want a bright, bright under eye. So please, we're experimenting. So like she's taken things that people have been shamed for and demystified stuff and given women a bit more autonomy on things that society has told us is wrong. She has basically taken things that women have been shunned for and said could ashina. And then comes her latest. Her latest thing that's going on right now is the fact that Ulungende at one point cheated on her. Yes, even Malloti got cheated on. Because wewe anesu nemasiphamps akho epink. Yes, the Queen Malloti got cheated on. And the girl came out and said, yeah, ndine nhumbu ya Ulungende akachita on me. And Malloti was akachita on Malloti neni akauya kwandiri chichi. And Malloti was like, nyaya tinotoiziva. We addressed it. I thought we addressed it. Uri kudairura mari yekuuya kuno here? Uri kudaita sei? Because inini murume handisikuziva. Because we all went to bed that night thinking Malotas are like Asharamba Nana Hulungende, because they have broken up before. They have broken up, and that was around the time when the fight with Tatlicious was happening, and they broke up because Hulungende went to ask for forgiveness on behalf of Malota, and she's like, I'm not sorry. And I'm but sorry ni Hulungende dzoka, in fact anchakude because haungapindire kanya yangu na. So I'm not but sorry. And that was a pretty epic situation that happened, and they got back together, and that's when that little heartbreak song came out, where she was like, I'll insert it somewhere, I'll put it somewhere, and that heartbreak song became a hit because you could feel the pain, you could feel every heartbreak song is just, it became a hit. But they got back together in a record time, even had the baby. Baby's here, and then now this scandal happens, and like I was so suspicious about the scandal because scandal happens, boom, these people have a song with a video, and Hulungende is here singing to his girlfriend like, I'm sorry, Ponda moyo, nandi ponda moyo. Na. I don't know the lyrics, but it's quite a fire song. But anyway, love the song. And it was like, did they manufacture this? Because it was just too smooth. Like, honestly, the whole thing was just too smooth. Like, all of a sudden, there's a lady coming up saying, Ndine numbu ya Ulungende, and then there's a song that is fire with a music video, goes viral. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but if it was planned, if this was planned, you guys need your own marketing company, because the marketing on this one was fire, with like this girl going on my lives like taura. But if you guys didn't manufacture this, like this wasn't like something you guys manufactured, you guys are opportunists. opportunist. Umuza ku-history kwataiti Hitler was an opportunist. Opportunist because they saw an opportunity and they took it and they recorded their song, and their song is fire. And this girl is now looking very foolish, talking about some I'm pregnant, and Malloti is like, yes, bring the baby. Can I tonomchengeta. All this entertainment for free on TikTok. Oh shit. So this is the final look. I'm gonna style it later. But let's finish up this video. With all that I've said, come back to the question. Malloti Rose. We come back to the question. Malloti Rose, is she an icon, a Zim icon, a pop culture icon, or is she just a very, very destructive, or is she destructive to our community? I'm gonna say both. I'm gonna say both because as much as she stands up for the women, she is a girlie's girl. Um, she is shameless. She's an unpunishable woman. She is shameless. She's So we come back to the question: Malloti Rose, is she an icon, a legend, a pop culture icon in Zimbabwe, or is she a nuisance to society, a bad influence on the society and on our kids? And should we be holding her as such? I would say both. I would say both. In the fact that, actually, I lied. I would say no. I would say she's an icon. She is a woman who has been brave enough to come up and say, I did this. Yes, I was arrested for armed robbery. I used to steal. I used to do this. I used to do that. I used to seduce men and take money from them. But now I'm a business owner. I am a mother. I am a singer. I'm an entertainer. And this is my life. This is my life here for free for you. After watching her DJ Sparks podcast, I feel like I kind of understood where she was coming from. As someone who doesn't really like to filter her stuff and has been shamed so many times for just being me, I understand where she's coming from. There is the Malloti that people think she should be because of the way that she looks. She's a phenomenally beautiful woman with a very beautiful structure, and society favors lighter women. Um, but even without the fact that she's very light, she's very beautiful. She's a very attractive woman, and people didn't expect her to be on that path. People expected to be on the path of you know, censoring herself and wearing a certain aesthetic that they expect someone of her aesthetic standards to fit in. And she said, you know what, kumalot kwema standards ako. And she really defied the odds. She's out here, she's singing, she's being a mom, she has her life together to an extent, and she's living a life in Zim, alive for all to see. Zvisina mafirita, zvisina um zvisina kunyepa, zvisina. It's reality TV. Honestly, if someone can pick this up and put it on a TV, I would love to watch this. I would love to watch this on ZBC. I will pay. I will pay. I will pay the license. But yeah, I think she's an icon. If we've ever had an icon in Zim, she's one of those icons. And she's being recognized for her hard work. She's being recognized for her she's being recognized for innovation. She's being recognized for her pushing her brand. I've never used her skincare. Maybe one day I'm just going to buy it and review it for you guys. Because even though I'm not really a usual target market, I love to hear what she has to say about certain things. And sometimes it's crude, but it needs to be like that. She's someone who has a heart. She's someone who knows where to put that heart. And even though no one's perfect, no one's absolutely perfect, but I know that she has a good heart and she knows what she stands for, and she stands for it whether you like it or not. Anyway, this was my channel, guys. This is what I had to say about this topic. Tell me if you guys enjoyed it, if there's anyone you want me to talk about. I know this wasn't very educated. It was not. It was just off the top of my head of the things that I've heard from the internet, and if I've missed anything, please, let's talk about it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I beg, I beg. Cho, I beg, please subscribe. Subscribe. I beg. Subscribe. And if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, anything you want me to rant about here on my YouTube, you can email me. I'll put my email somewhere on the screen, somewhere, and we can talk about it. We can collab. I am open to taking PR packages. I like freestyle. Send it to me. I go make video. Um, and I'm gonna shout out to ambassadors here in cause. I'm an ambassador there, so I'm gonna shout out for the lip combo and the setting spray. And the setting spray, we've got affordable makeup and wigs at Ambassador Hair and Cause. With that being said, have a fantastic day. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah.